What if I told you that Saudi Arabia is not just playing a game with soccer, but rewriting the rules altogether? From splashing billions of dollars on players like Cristiano Ronaldo to making jaw-dropping offers to superstars like Kylian Mbappe, Saudi Arabia is aiming to change the face of the sport. But why? Is it just for the love of the game, or is there something much bigger at play? Hi, I'm Mansa Channa Pragada. Welcome to Play Pulse. Today, we are going to talk about the real story behind Saudi Arabia's billion-dollar strategy to take over soccer. Let's start with the numbers, because these are not just ordinary figures, they are astronomical. The Saudi Arabia Pro League, once just a dot on the global soccer map, is now throwing around money like never before. This past summer alone, Saudi clubs spent over $1 billion on players. That's right, $1 billion. The signing of Cristiano Ronaldo was the beginning of it. At 38 years old, some might say he's past his prime. But the $200 million per year contract signed with Al Nassr sent a message to the world that Saudi means business. Not to mention the likes of Neymar Jr. joining Al Hilal, or the fact that they tried to bring Kylian Mbappe into the fold with a deal worth of $1.1 billion. That's right, $1.1 billion for 1 year contract. This is the money that would make even the wealthiest European clubs blush. But why is Saudi Arabia pouring so much cash into the game? It's simple. They're not just trying to participate in the global soccer, they want to dominate it. The Saudi Pro League is transforming from a relatively unknown competition to one of the biggest players in the game. By signing major stars, they are changing the balance of the power in the world of soccer. The league is also targeting younger players. Ruben Neves, at just 26, was signed for $60 million by Al Hilal. This isn't just about signing players nearing the end of their careers anymore. Saudi clubs are actively pursuing talent that could still compete at the highest level in Europe. Not everyone in Europe is worried though. UEFA President Alexander Sefrin has gone on record saying that Saudi Arabia is no threat to European football. But Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp are more concerned. He called it as dangerous trend, and many are starting to question how long Europe's top leagues can retain the grip on the game. The term sports washing has frequently been used to describe Saudi Arabia's strategy. Critics argue that the country is using its financial muscle in sports to deflect attention from its troubling human rights record. This tactic involves investing heavily in sports to improve the country's global image and distracting from issues such as the lack of free speech, gender inequality, and the high number of executions. Even Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman acknowledged this perception, but he remains unbothered. In 2023 interview with Fox News, MBS candidly stated, "If sports washing is going to increase my GDP by 1%, then I will continue doing sports washing."
What do you say to the people who charge that that's part of sports washing, that you're trying to use all of that to somehow improve or somehow affect your image in the
Well,
world?
if sport washing going to increase my GDP by 1%, then I will continue doing sport washing.
You're okay with that term?
I don't care. I have 1% growth of GDP from sport, and I'm aiming for another 1.5%. Call it whatever you want. We're going to get that 1.5%.
To him, sports investments are purely pragmatic. They boost the economy and attract international attention regardless of the criticism. While Saudi Arabia's investments in soccer may boost its GDP, they also serve as a part of broader vision of Project 2030, a plan to reduce the country's reliance on oil and build a diverse and robust economy. Soccer is not just an economic or geopolitical tool for Saudi Arabia. It's deeply embedded in nation's culture. Over 80% of Saudi's population either plays, attends, or follows soccer. Moreover, with 50% of its population under the age of 30, soccer is a way to connect with the youth. Saudi Arabia's love for soccer has manifested on the world stage. In 2022 FIFA World Cup, Saudi Arabia stunned the world by beating Argentina, the eventual champions, which is one of the biggest upsets in the tournament's history. That victory resonated deeply with Saudi people, leading King Salman to declare a national public holiday. The goal for Saudi authorities is to harness this passion and turn the SPL into a globally respected league similar to Europe's top leagues. The message is very clear. Saudi is a soccer-loving nation, and it's time the world took notice. Saudi Arabia's ambitions are not limited to domestic leagues. It has already secured hosting rights for 2023 FIFA World Cup, and it is bidding to host 2027 AFC Asian Cup. There are even talks of launching a bid for 2030 FIFA World Cup, potentially alongside Greece and Egypt. These bids align with Saudi Arabia's larger strategy of becoming a global hub for major sporting events. The country has already hosted the Spanish Super Cup and made significant investments in golf, boxing and motorsports. The crown jewel would undoubtedly be hosting a FIFA World Cup, putting Saudi Arabia at the center of the global sporting universe. Saudi Arabia's aggressive investments are disrupting the traditional power structure of global soccer. While the Premier League, La Liga and Serie A have long dominated the world soccer landscape, but the SPL is emerging as a serious competitor. Clubs like Al Hilal and Al Nassr are spending amounts comparable to Europe's elite teams. However, not everyone sees Saudi Arabia's rise as a threat. UEFA President Alexander Sefrin downplayed the SPL's influence, stating that players at the peak of their career still dream playing in Europe. But as more stars join the Saudi League, this perception may change. If the SPL continues to attract the top talent and close the gap in terms of quality, it could become a genuine rival to Europe's top leagues. Beyond sports and economics, soccer serves a critical social function in Saudi Arabia. With a young and growing population, the Saudi government is keenly aware of the potential for unrest as seen during the Arab Spring. Offering the youth the world-class soccer is a part of broader effort to maintain social stability. By providing entertainment and pride through soccer, Saudi Arabia hopes to placate potential dissatisfaction. Soccer generates jobs, boosts national pride, and gives the population a sense of engagement with the global community. As Simon Chadwick, a professor of sport and geopolitical economy, put it this way, that if you want Ronaldo, you got him. If you want the best teams in the world, you got them. Saudi Arabia's involvement in soccer raises ethical questions. Human rights organizations like Amnesty International have documented an increase in crackdown on dissent within the kingdom. These concerns come hand in hand with accusations of sports washing. The country's track record of suppressing free speech, executing dissidents, and limiting women's rights stands in the sharp contrast of the glamour of its sports investments. Critics argue that investments in soccer is a deliberate attempt to distract from these issues. Saudi Arabia's efforts to reshape the global soccer are a part of much larger story, one that involves economics, politics, and societal transformation. The country's heavy investments in the SPL and its acquisition of top players are not just about building a competitive soccer league. They are about securing a place for Saudi Arabia on the global stage. As the SPL continues to grow, the world will be watching to see whether Saudi Arabia's gamble pays off. Will it become a global soccer powerhouse, or will its efforts be seen as an expensive but ultimately fleeting rebranding exercise? One thing is for sure, Saudi Arabia is no longer on the sidelines. It is in the game. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Play Pulse. Thank you.